Motivation House, yes, that is my channel. Thank you for watching it. You are the one I have been waiting for. And you are right to be on my channel. Look, listen, don't judge from my video, but listen to the motivation that I give to you. Are you confused? Let's just start right now. Prepare your focus, prepare your coffee, and prepare everything that you think is important.
By changing those things that are within your power to change, and stopping feelings of disrespect is one of those things you can change. That's the Stoic way. So in this video, we're going to teach you 7 techniques to stop disrespect and bring you the respect you deserve. The first technique is the simplest. To get the respect you deserve, you must have self-respect. What does that mean? It means that before others can respect you, you must respect yourself. Look inside yourself at the stories you tell about yourself and how you think about yourself inside your own thoughts. Self-respect is the foundation upon which all other forms of respect are built. When you lack self-respect, you unconsciously signal to others that you don't deserve their respect either. One example of this would be accepting treatment you know is beneath you. But you can change that by removing yourself from those types of situations. And the first place you can start is in a place where no one can hinder you, your mind. Make a survey of your thoughts. Are they positive? Do you respect your own achievements and the things you have done well? If you haven't, or if you don't, it's time to start. Marcus Aurelius was thinking of this when he said, "I have often wondered how it is that every man loves himself more than all the rest of men, but yet sets less value on his own opinion of himself than on the opinion of others." Self-respect begins with self-awareness. You must take inventory of your own strengths, weaknesses, values, and boundaries. What are you proud of? What have you accomplished that deserves acknowledgement? When you can answer these questions with conviction, you develop an inner stability that commands respect. Many people confuse self-respect with overconfidence, but they are not the same. Arrogance stems from insecurity. It's a mask worn to hide self-doubt. True self-respect allows for humility because it doesn't need outside validation. As Epictetus taught, it is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. You can't learn self-respect if you think that, deep down, you don't deserve it. In practical terms, building self-respect requires daily practice. Start by speaking to yourself with the same dignity and consideration you would offer to someone you admire. Notice your self-talk. Is it harsh, critical, or dismissive? Would you speak to a colleague or friend that way? If not, why do you speak to yourself that way? The Stoics practiced daily reflection to build their mental muscles. Each evening, Marcus Aurelius would review his day, acknowledging where he lived up to his principles and where he fell short. If he did badly, he would commit to improvement. And if he did well, he would acknowledge it. When you can, be your own source of validation, rather than seeking it from others. The easiest place to start will always be with yourself, because you can control your mind far more than you'll ever be able to control anything else. The second technique to get more respect is to make changes in your life, to set yourself up to have more respect. Because sometimes, if we're being honest, respect is a mask for bigger problems that take change at a deeper level. Respect starts inside you before others show it to you. When people treat you badly, trying to change them often fails. You might need to change your own life instead. Look at where you feel least respected. Is it at work? At home? With friends? These patterns show where change is needed. Think about your job. Do you dread talking to your boss or co-workers? A job that makes you feel small needs fixing. You might need new tasks, a new team, or a new job completely. You'll get more respect when your work matters, and when the people around you act like it. Look at where you live. Does your home show self-respect or neglect? Even small improvements can change how you feel about yourself. A clean, organized space builds confidence. Your relationships matter most. The people around you affect how you feel. Ask yourself, who respects my boundaries? Who ignores them? It's okay to step back from people who put you down. Money problems can make you feel stuck in bad situations. Many people feel a connection between self-respect and not being deep into debt. For example, no one likes feeling like they're in a financial hole. If this describes you, Make a simple plan to start moving in a better direction. Maybe you can remove yourself from situations that harm your self-respect. But change takes time. You can't fix everything at once. Pick one area where change seems possible. Make one choice that shows self-respect, then another. The Stoics knew that respect comes from living by your values, not from controlling what others think. When you respect yourself, others notice. Look at your life honestly. Figure out what you can change, what you must accept, and what you should leave behind. Then, take action, one small step at a time. If you need to, make choices to push people out of your life who aren't good for you. And as you do, watch how your self-respect increases. The third technique to get more respect is to focus on what you can control when dealing with others. The Stoics had a simple but powerful idea. Some things are up to us, and some things are not. When we forget this, we waste energy and feel upset. Take the example of a face-to-face conversation. In any such conversation, you only control a few things: your words, your appearance, your body language, and your intentions. That's it. You cannot control how others hear you, what they think of you, or how they respond. Most frustration comes from trying to control these things you can't control. You explain something carefully, but someone misunderstands. You speak respectfully, but someone gets offended. You try to help, but someone thinks you have bad motives. Before important talks, take a moment to remind yourself what's yours to control and what isn't. This creates a mental space of calm around you. The Stoics used a mental trick they called the reserve clause, a thought they would add to any action. I will speak clearly if nothing gets in the way. This clause reminds you that your control has limits. It's not about lowering your standards. It's about putting your energy where it works. In our face-to-face example, you could focus on choosing clear words, keeping a respectful tone, and checking your true intentions. In a corporate setting, that might mean having a face-to-face, but also following it up with an email, and also doing some extra work. All that makes more sense than trying to manage how others react. However, when someone misunderstands, don't get defensive. Simply say, I think I wasn't clear. Let me try again. When someone gets angry, remember their feelings are theirs to manage, not yours. Notice how much mental space opens up when you stop trying to control what others think of you. This freedom builds natural confidence. And strangely, when you focus less on getting respect, you often get more of it. This takes practice, especially when emotions run high. Start with easy conversations. Notice when you slip into trying to control others' reactions. Gently bring your focus back to your words, tone, and intentions. Over time, this creates a calm center that others can sense. They may not know why, but they feel it. You become someone who speaks clearly without neediness, listens without defensiveness, and stands firm without unnecessary aggression. This quiet strength becomes your foundation, not because you demanded respect, but because you stopped chasing it and focused instead on what truly matters: how you act. Our next technique builds on the last one. Once you've got a conversation going where respect is a problem, how do you manage it? This is when it's time to use our fourth technique to get more respect. Embrace discomfort in difficult situations. Most people run from hard talks. They avoid saying what needs to be said. They stay silent when treated poorly. This feels safer in the moment, but it costs you respect in the long run. The Stoics knew that facing difficulty makes you stronger. Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Just as muscles grow from strain, your ability to handle tough talks grows when you practice them. Avoiding hard conversations sends a clear message. You don't value yourself enough to face discomfort. Others pick up on this quickly. Their respect for you drops, killing the egalitarian vibe. When you feel disrespected, try something simple but powerful. Tell the person directly, not with anger or blame, but with calm clarity. When you interrupt me in meetings, I feel like my ideas aren't valued. I'd appreciate if you'd let me finish my thoughts. Your heart might race. Your voice might shake. This is normal. The body reacts to social discomfort, the same way it reacts to physical danger. But unlike physical danger, this discomfort won't harm you. Stay present during the hard moment. Notice your breathing. Keep your feet flat on the floor. Speak slower than feels natural. These small actions help you stay grounded when emotions rise. If the other person gets defensive or angry, remember what you control: your words, tone, and intentions. Their reaction belongs to them, not you. Sometimes, just naming the disrespect changes everything. The person might not have realized how their behavior affected you. Other times, nothing changes immediately. The value comes from honoring yourself enough to speak up. You did what you could, and that's an important first step. You've laid the foundation for excluding this person from your life, if that's what it takes. With practice, these conversations become less frightening. You build a reputation as someone who addresses issues directly but respectfully. People learn they can't dismiss you without consequence. Each time you face a difficult conversation instead of avoiding it, you prove to yourself that you're worth standing up for and that you can do it, because you have done it. The Stoics called this voluntary discomfort, choosing the harder path when it aligns with your values. In time, what once felt impossible becomes merely uncomfortable. What felt uncomfortable becomes routine. And what began as disrespect ends with more respect. Our fifth technique is about criticism, about the content of that disrespect you may be experiencing. Our advice is to accept it when it is justified with equanimity and throw it away when it is not. How you handle criticism affects how others see you. Most people either get defensive or feel crushed when criticized. Both reactions lower respect. The Stoic way offers something better. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it." This simple idea can change how you deal with feedback. When someone criticizes you, take a breath before you answer. Ask yourself, is there truth here I can use? If yes, thank them for the insight. This shows real confidence. Most people can't admit mistakes without feeling shame. You can show you're strong enough to take it. Good criticism helps you, even when it hurts. It shows you things about yourself you couldn't see on your own. Use it as free advice for getting better. The person who points out a weak spot gives you a chance to make it stronger. But not all criticism is helpful. Some comes from jealousy, anger, or someone else's own problems. Many people who disrespect others do what is called projection, where they blame others for something that really applies to them. This kind of criticism you can ignore. As Marcus Aurelius said, "If any man despises me, that is his problem. My only concern is not doing or saying anything deserving of contempt." When faced with unfair criticism, simply say, "I'll think about that," then privately decide if it has any truth. If not, let it go without drama. Your calm response shows your self-respect. Notice patterns. Does someone always criticize you unfairly? This might mean a relationship that needs changing. People who respect you offer criticism to help you, not to hurt you. The key is staying calm. Marcus reminds us, you are not compelled to form any opinion about matters before you, nor to disturb your peace of mind at all. Things in themselves have no power to extort a verdict from you. Remember that you choose how you respond to criticism. You decide what person you get to be. The person who can take good criticism with calm and can dismiss bad criticism without anger shows real inner strength. That kind of confidence earns respect. And even when it doesn't, you now know who is trying to help you and who has issues you're probably better off without. Our sixth technique to get more respect is to speak to the best in others. We've already mentioned the stick of telling people you feel disrespected and making your feelings known. But you also need the carrot of incentivizing people to try kindness for a change.